All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Watkins, Glen. Cody Burke, Vic Brown on the front row, Patrick Pieper and Mark Dantum on the second. Jason McCall, Bradley James on the third row, Clay Kirchenbauer, Richard Cragen on the fourth, Kirk Marble and Colby Whipple rounding out the top 10. Tyler Ott starting back in 11, next to William Mann Jr. in 12th. Brian Hewitt in 13th, David Lux in 14th, Ryan McDaniel in 15th, Randy Sample in 16th, Eric Walkowiak starting in 17th, and Larry Waite rounds out the 18-car field here tonight. Just waiting on the last couple of cars to take to the grid. Everybody stacked up behind the pace car. And everybody is gridded. The pace car about to start rolling. Actually, I think the pace car may have gotten an updated paint. Yep, it does appear the safety car has a new paint scheme tonight. All right, all the drivers rolling. Taking a look at the track, 2.42 miles. Air temperature currently 75, track temperature 96. It's gonna make things a wee bit greasy out there. It's also a bit humid, 72% humidity, and a 14-mile-an-hour wind. Kirk Marble appears to have had a problem getting started. He has caught back up to the pack. Will have to work his way back to the front. That actually appears to be a new safety car, a BMW. I've never seen that one before. Well, interesting addition to iRacing. They continuously updated. All right, here they come through the penultimate turn. Through the final turn, the pace car will hit pit road. Cody Burke will be out front in control. And here they go. Pace car is in. And the green flag flies. They are down and away at Watkins, Glen. And turn one, lap one can get a little bit wild here. And already seeing some smoke. Dantum is around. Whipple and Vic Brown around. Wow, some of the best road racers already caught up. Cody Burke leads up the hill. Patrick Pieper in second. It looked like Burke might have gotten a little drift on out of the turn. Coming down the back straightaway into the bus stop. Out of the carousel, Cody Burke opening up a 1 second lead on the first lap. Everybody pointed the right way again, but Vic Brown and Mark Dantuma have slipped all the way back into 17th. A rough start to the night as Cody Burke leads lap 1. Let's see what happened on lap 1. There's Vic in the 2 car. Mark Dantuma looks down to the inside. Just a little bit of contact between the two. Whipple had nowhere to go. Take a look at it from another angle. Looked like just a little bit of contact. You could tell Mark was on the brakes trying to avoid him, but just couldn't, and they went around. Road course racing, the only way we will see a caution here tonight is a catastrophic track clogging crash. And now a couple of the top road racers have some ground to make up. Vic Brown has moved up to 14th, Whipple in 15th. Bradley James is on pit road. Mark Dantuma now in 16th. He'll move up into 15th. Ryan McDaniel battling with Vic Brown. Vic's going to clear and get by. Ryan now up into 13th. Cody Burke has already opened up a 3.1 second lead over Patrick Pieper. Jason McCollin in 3rd. Kirk Marble up 5 spots into 4th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 5th. Tyler Hahn up 5 spots into 6th, and Brian Hewitt now into 7th. As Randy Sample has had a problem back behind. There's Randy coming out of the bus stop. Wow, just gets a little squirrely. Almost had it saved. Take a quick look from the blimp. Did Randy have any help? No. Looks like it got loose, and as he tried to slow down and gather it up, Cragen may have given him a little love tap. Several guys with early setbacks here tonight. Now these drivers are looking at 13 to 14 laps on a tank of fuel. So it will be a 2-stop race here tonight. And they can't get too fancy with short pitting or they will not have enough fuel. You'll expect to see most of the field in around lap 14 and again around lap 28. Clay Kirchenbauer's made his way up into 5th, but the biggest mover is Kirk Marble, who just took 3rd. Kirk up 6 spots now into 3rd. Brian Hewitt now up 6 spots into 7th, and David Lux up 6 spots into 8th. And wow, Vic Brown is on the march. Vic is already back up to 11th. Mark Dantuma now back up into 13th. Some damage to the front end of his car. Colby Whipple hanging on at 14th. Larry Waits is on pit road. Oh, Larry has significant damage. I'm not sure when Larry had his problems, but you could see he had met the wall rather hard at some point. Kirk Marble in third, 3.6 seconds behind Patrick Pieper in second. And Jason McCall is going to pit road. Jason has had a problem. Let's see what happened. There's McCall out of turn one and on the rumble strips. Just too much power, and man, he hit hard. A hard lick into the fence. That car was broke. It is worth noting, at the moment, Cody the Dominator Burke, his fastest lap of 1:12.53. That's actually about a second slower than what he was running in practice. And a lot of guys were predicting that Burke would get down into the 110s here tonight. He already has an almost 4-second lead over Pieper. Marble in third. Clay Kirchenbauer now up into fourth. Man, he is sending it through the bus stop. Tyler Ott now up into fifth. Hewitt has made his way into sixth. Richard Cragen in seventh. William Mann now up to eighth. But look at this, Vic Brown in ninth place and on the move to recover eighth. David Lux now in 10th, but Mark Dantuma in 11th, closing in. And Ryan McDaniel continues to move forward now in 12th. Boy, Ryan and Colby go extra wide through that penultimate turn. Larry Waite still sits on pit road, as does Jason McCall. Now Jason on his way out. It is worth noting the last 3 laps, Cody Burke has set the fastest lap 3 laps in a row, just continuing to beat his lap times. Oh, and his lead is now 5 seconds. All right, that time by, he ran a 1:12.24. He is definitely getting faster. William Mann Jr. holding on to ninth as Vic Brown has just moved back into eighth. Brian Hewitt in seventh. Vic right to his bumper. You got to hand it to Brian here tonight. Man, he is on a tear. Up 6 spots since the drop of the green. That's extraordinarily impressive when you consider he has the worst penalty of all. He is driving a Ford tonight. Kirk Marble looked like he may have had a slight problem coming out of the carousel, but he's got it gathered up. He did lose a lot of time to Patrick Pieper. Let's see what happened with Kirk, and Tyler Ott has just had a problem. There's Kirk. Oh, he just comes wide and loses the back end. It did look like he avoided the wall. Looking down from the blimp. There you see he goes a hair wide. Gets loose and the back end kicked out, but he kept it out of the wall. And Tyler Ott had a problem a moment later. Looks like coming through the second to last turn, just way wide. And Cody Burke continues to set the fastest lap, last time by 112.16. As David Lux has had a problem back behind, and it appears Eric Wolkowiak has some damage. There's Lux coming out of the bus stop a little too hard. Hard on the brakes into the grass, but he keeps it out of the wall. Gets it pointed the right way before anybody gets to him. That could have been a whole lot worse. Well, Burke did not set a fast lap that time. 113.47, the slowest lap he's had tonight. One driver that's not slow, Kirk Marble, currently in third, just ran a 112.79, and he is closing in by over half a second on Pieper. Yeah, Gerald, they really are. Jason McCall has had another problem. There's Jason coming into the bus stop. Looks like he hit the rumble strips on entry a little too hard. Manages to get the brakes on it and keeps it out of the wall, but man, he lost a lot of time and a lot of ground there. Closing in on the pit window. Mark Dantuma has made his way back up into the top 10, having just gone to 10th. But Vic Brown, man, he's on the march. Vic just moved up into 7th. After starting in 2nd, but that turn 1, lap 1 incident was a huge setback. He has recovered a lot of ground. And at the moment, he is faster than 6th place Richard Cragen, 5th place Tyler Ott, and 4th place Clay Kirchenbauer. William Mann Jr. and Randy Sample both to pit road. I suspect it'll be 4 tires and fuel at both stops here tonight, just due to the track temperature. Although a few drivers are likely to do fuel only on one stop, as Kirk Marble is going to pit road. He gives up 3rd. Now, what will it be for Kirk? Will it be fuel or tires or both? Richard Cragen has also jumped to pit road. Kirk hits his stall and he is taking tires. Brian Hewitt is in. Richard Cragen making his way to his pit stall. Cody Burke continues to be the fastest car on track as a 7.7 second lead over Pieper. And the leader is on pit road. Just checking the tire drop off here tonight. As Gerald mentioned, we usually see a bit of it, but on average, it's about a half a second after 15 laps. So I have a feeling some of these guys will try a no tire stop. Tyler On is in. Vic Brown is in. Mark Dantuma's headed in. Kurt Marble is back out on track, as is the Dominator. Patrick Pieper on his way back out. Tyler Ott, Ryan McDaniel now in, as is David Lux. As his first cycle of stops is underway. Colby Whipple has had a big problem. There's Whipple coming through the carousel. Oh, it looks like he hits the rumble strips just wrong. Might have had something to do with the cold tires, but man, what a setback. Randy Sample has had a problem. Randy having just made it past Colby, hard on the brakes, just overshoots the turn. Colby Whipple finally has made it into pit road. The man Colby was having a good run until that incident. That's likely to be a setback. Vic Brown is now rolling off pit road in 7th. Mark Dantuma comes off pit road in 8th. Dantuma did not use his fast repair yet. Still has some damage to the front of that Chevy. But he is starting to make some ground up as well as Vic. And Cody Burke just broke the 112 mark, 111.92. As Larry Waits has had a problem back behind. There's Larry coming out of the bus stop, gets the rumble strips, gets on the power, just bad timing, the car snaps around, and he gets into the wall. Vic Brown looked like he may have had a problem in turn 1. Oh, he gets loose on the power, just kisses the tire wall, and gets it going again. Cody Burke's lead now 10.5 seconds over Pieper. Kirk Marble in third, about 5.5 seconds back. Clay Kirchenbauer now up into fourth. Tyler Ott has made his way up into fifth. Has Richard Cragen in sixth, right on his bumper, and Vic Brown in seventh, also right behind. Cragen comes by, and it looks like Tyler Ott was slow out of the final turn. Vic Brown now back up into sixth. Mark Dantuma closing in, as is William Mann Jr. Brian Hewitt has slipped back into 10th as Tyler Ott has had a problem out of the final turn. Or I'm sorry, out of turn one. There's Tyler coming through turn one, and it is slick right there. On the power, the car snaps around and straight into the tire wall. Tyler trying to limp it back to pit road, get it repaired. As Cody Burke continues to extend his lead over Pieper, Ryan McDaniel off in the grass in the bus stop. Ryan has got the car going. Does not look like he lost very much time. There's Ryan hitting the bus stop hard. Oh, just a little too fast through the center of the bus stop. Gets off in the grass, but keeps it out of the fence and pointed the right way. Hey, good evening, Austin. Yeah, it really does suck for Tyler. He was on a tear. There is an incident limit, if I remember correctly, 23 is a drive-through, and 29 is a DQ. I'll try and take a look here in a minute. Somewhere in that vicinity. Third place, Kirk Marble on the attack. He is chipping away at Patrick Pieper quickly. He's now just 4.3 seconds out of second. Whoa! Whoa! Things get tight into the bus stop, and Cragen loses it. Vic Brown to fifth. A little bit of chaos. Colby Whipple appeared to be having a problem into the bus stop. Vic Brown and Richard Cragen get there, have to split him, and Cragen loses it on the way out. See if we can see what just happened. There's Whipple as he comes into the bus stop, far to the inside. Whoa, he was just so far offline. Richard Cragen out there to the side. He cuts to the left of Whipple. Vic to the right, and when Cragen gets on the power, The car just snaps around, but he does a perfect 360 and gets her going again. Great recovery by Cragen. Cody Burke just lapped 10th place Brian Hewitt. Only 9 cars left on the lead lap at the moment. No, I don't know, Gerald. I do not know how those 3 went through that mess and had no contact, but it was a truly impressive move in the bus stop. Brian Hewitt is on pit road early. It appears he had a problem a moment ago. Let's take a look. There's Hewitt coming out of the bus stop. That same place we've seen him. Oh! Gets into that inside fence. It is very, very slick as they come out of the bus stop, and he just lost a little bit of grip. William Mann Jr. currently in 9th, about to go a lap down. Bradley James in 8th, not that far ahead. As the Dominator continues to do his dominating and flies around. Now we saw some of the drivers go 15 laps on that first run. So they're only 2 to 3 laps away from a fuel stop. Hey, good evening, Russell. Vic Brown in 5th is closing the gap on Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th. Also worth noting, we saw Walkowiak earlier in the race a bit banged up. He has still managed to get that car fixed and is up to 13th. Brian Hewitt, after that unexpected stop, now in 14th. Colby Whipple currently in 15th. David Lux in 16th. Jason McCott in 17th. And Larry Waits currently in 18th. Larry has still not got that car fixed. Kurt Marble is getting closer and closer to Patrick Pieper. Now just 2.9 seconds back. Clay Kirchenbauer back in 4th, Vic in 5th. Sixth place, Richard Cragen has started to pick up some speed as well. The leader in this time. He pitted on lap 15. There has been a problem behind. Ryan McDaniel, Larry Waits, both involved. Larry has gone to pit road. There's Ryan coming out of turn 1. Oh, Larry just ahead. Ryan tried to go wide but couldn't avoid him. Close call for a couple of other drivers. And looks like Larry just got big loose. Coming out of turn one, bounced off the fence right into Ryan's path. As we mentioned, they can come into pit road now and go the distance. However, they still have another 4 to 5 laps of fuel in the car. However, coming in now could give them a little bit of a tire advantage. And as we mentioned earlier, the tire fall off has not been very big tonight. Yeah, we will have to check on Larry Waits in the care center. Man, that was rough. Randy Sample and Ryan McDaniel both to pit road. And it looks like McDaniel has a penalty. Kirk Marble getting closer, 2.8 seconds behind Pieper. No, I am sorry, now under 2 seconds, 1.8. Pieper is looking in his mirror, seeing that Monster Energy car coming closer. Bradley James has come to pit road. Vic Brown now in 5th. Vic was gaining ground on Clay a few laps ago. And Kirk Marble is coming in. It appears Clay has found a little bit more speed. And Tyler Ott has had another problem. There's Tyler coming into the bus stop. Man, he's been on a comeback all night. Gets squirrely while Kowiak manages to miss him. And Tyler somehow keeps it out of the wall. And the leader is coming in, Cody Burke to pit road. Richard Cragen appears to also be coming in. Patrick Pieper heads it to pit road. Kirk Marble coming through the bus stop. Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th, Vic Brown in 5th, 12.25 seconds back. Mark Dantuma in 6th. Even if neither driver picks up another position here tonight, Vic and Mark's comeback has been impressive. Cody Burke is on his way back out. Kirk Marble comes down the front stretch. Clay Kirchenbauer has gone to pit road, and Kirk Marble has gone to 2nd. Pieper comes out right behind him in 3rd. And Cody Burke's lead about 15 seconds over Kirk Marble with 12 laps to go. We know Marble's a good road racer, knows how to get it done, but I just don't see him being a second a lap faster than the Dominator for the next 12 laps. Mark Dantuma and Vic Brown both on pit road. Vic on his way back out. And Vic back to battling with Richard Cragen. You know, I just had a bit of deja vu seeing these two cars coming around the track, nose to tail, side by side. If you were watching NASCAR in the 90s, whoa! Vic is going around. Cragen now to 5th. Vic has got it recovered. But man, that may have ended Vic's comeback. He slips back to 8th. Let's take another look at that incident. It looks like Vic just overdrove the bus stop, trying to stay ahead of Cragen. Just gives the fence a little kiss, quickly gets going again. But man, what a setback. Looking through the field as final stops appear to be coming to a close. The only driver that did not take tires was currently 9th place, Randy Sample. That has bumped him up to 9th. That move may pay off, but everybody else, 4 tires and fuel. Vic Brown back now to 8th, 14 seconds behind Dantuma. And the Dominator extending his lead, now a 17-second lead. Kirk Marble still in 2nd, Pieper in 3rd, trying to reel him back in, as Ryan McDaniel has had a problem and gone to pit road. Ryan looks like coming up through the S's. Something was wrong with the car. He pulls it over and tows it in. A moment later, Eric Walkowiak had a problem. Comes out of the turn as Hewitt gets right to him. Wow, Walkowiak took a big hit there. Let's take another look. It looked like Walkowiak went wide, was a little slow coming out of the turn. Hewitt just on the gas, and Hewitt heavily damaged as well. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We will have a lot of YouTube shorts from tonight's race. And don't forget, tomorrow you will be able to watch this race again in beautiful 4K. Austin, it did look like it hurt a bit. Also, just noted, the top 4 are the only drivers on the lead lap. Clay Kirchenbauer currently in 4th, less than a straightaway behind the leader. Richard Cragen holding on to 5th. Bradley James in 6th. Mark Dantuma lost some ground on pit road, back to 7th. Vic Brown holds on to 8th. Randy Sample currently in 9th. William Mann Jr. runs in 10th. Brian Hewitt with that damaged car back in 11th. With 7 laps to go, he's likely to just run it out as is. Tyler Ott has slipped back to 12. Man, he has been fast all night. Just some bad luck. Vic Brown got real squirrely coming out of the S's. And Colby Whipple has had a problem. There's Whipple coming into the bus stop. Cut it in a little too early. I think he got the fence and then the wall. See if we can see this from a... Taking a look at this from another angle, I think he clipped the fence on the way into the bus stop, and yep, that's what happens. Cody Burke's lead now 18.3 seconds. Kirk Marble in 2nd. Patrick Pieper currently in 3rd. Gerald, I thought he was stuck in the fence too. He did, man. Colby Whipple did manage to get the car out of the fence and limped it back to pit road. And with 5 laps to go, the Dominator just needs to keep it pointed the right way. He could even back off the pace a little. But it looks like he's not going to. He is running down 4th place, Clay Kirchenbauer. Brian Hewitt has brought the car to pit road to get repairs. Mark Dantuma did get the car fixed on his last stop. Now up into 7th, trying to run down 6th place Bradley James. Colby Whipple is back out on track. Coming back out in 14th. Brian Hewitt on his way back out as well. Kirk Marble in 2nd has opened up a 4-second gap on Patrick Pieper. Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th. Richard Cragen has a problem coming out of the carousel. That was one heck of a drift. Let's see what happened. All right, there's Cragen as he comes. Oh, he was on the power a little too soon. Saw him start to go around coming through the carousel. Drifts it, gives the fence a little kiss. Gets her turned around and going again. And a heartbreaking night for guys like Cragen, Vic Brown, Mark Dantuma, Tyler Ott. All of them were looking so fast. All of them have had problems and faced setbacks tonight. Kirk Marble still holds second, Pieper in third, Clay currently in fourth. Bradley James currently in fifth. Mark Dantuma in sixth. Richard Cragen holds on to seventh. Vic Brown back in eighth. Randy Sample currently in ninth. That great pit stop strategy. William Mann Jr. currently runs in 10th. Brian Hewitt in 11th. Tyler Ott currently in 12th. Jason McCall in 13th. Colby Whipple in 14th. David Lux out of the race in 15th. Eric Walkowiak on pit road in 16th. Ryan McDaniel in 17th and Larry Waits in 18th. Both drivers out early. And now only 3 cars remain on the lead lap as Cody Burke out of the final turn will get the white flag one more time around. The Dominator once again shows him why he has that name. Onto the straightaway for the final time. And man, what a run he has had tonight. And out of the carousel for the final time, Cody the Dominator Burke took the pole in qualifying, was fastest in practice, and once again dominated all race long. Out of the final turn, Cody Burke will get the win at Watkins Glen, his 5th win of the season so far. Kirk Marble comes from 9th place to bring it home in 2nd. And Patrick Pieper with a little drift there. Out of the final turn, Pieper will bring it home in 3rd. And Barney the Flagman really gets into his work, don't he? Let's get a word with our top 3. Starting with Patrick Pieper. Patrick, I know it's not where you want to finish, but man, still an awesome run tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with this run. I haven't had a whole lot of luck in these cars. They're honestly a little bit pretty hard to drive. Yeah, also the other problem is, too, I've just been having some little leg problems with my left leg. So later on in the race, I really started to fall off. I had Kirk there in my sights and then just kept fading the more tired I got. But I'm happy with 3rd place.
Well, man, it was definitely an awesome run, and one of the last cars left on the lead lap. Great job tonight.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm just happy I didn't get lapped by Cody because, I mean, I was a little bit surprised in my lap times there in the race that they were pretty close to his. It's just I didn't have the consistency.
A great job and a great finish, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Patrick Pieper comes home in third. Kirk Marble brings it home in second. Kirk, one heck of a run tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a race. I had fun.
Well, you definitely put on quite a show. You running down Pieper and coming from 9th place. I'm not sure what happened in qualifying, but man, you had all the speed tonight.
Yeah, my steering wheel kept not working on me tonight. As I almost missed the start of the race, I had to pull off on the pace lap.
I did notice you pulling over on the pace lap, but you managed to get caught back up, and man, it definitely all went in your favor the rest of the night.
Yep, it was a good race, and I don't think I saw Cody one time.
Well, I guess that's a plus. You didn't see him in your mirror.
Right, I guess I'll take that.
Great job tonight, buddy. Congrats.
Thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Cody the Dominator Burke. Well, Cody, you did it again, and man, you did it with a lot of style. Lapped everybody but the top three.
Yeah, I knew I had really good pace. It's so easy to make mistakes in these cars, especially through the little inner loop. And for me, down the front stretch, I always clip the grass and it tends to turn me in the wall. But no, it went pretty smooth overall and picked up another one.
Your 5th win of the season, and pretty dominant season so far, but I do have to ask, rumors are a new rule could be coming called the Cody Burke rule.
I haven't heard about it, but I feel like that's something starting in the back again.
Probably. I think they were trying to figure out other ways to slow you down, like start from pit road, start a lap down, start in another country, something to slow you down.
The pit road deal would be pretty fun as long as we have a caution.
Yeah, that definitely makes a difference, man. So far, an awesome season. Another dominant performance tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug. We'll try again next week.
I always laugh when he says we'll try again next week, like he doesn't know he's going to be on the podium one way or another. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports is back on track. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll have this race on YouTube in 4K tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. And until then, we will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great night, y'all.